I was involved in a planning issue as a local resident, and that gave me interest in the whole area of local government, and so I stood as a parish councillor locally, and from then I was invited to stand as a Wiltshire councillor, and that's how I got involved initially.
Because I want to make a difference in my community. I come from Westby, where issues of equality and opportunity are ever present. Because I want to build upon those fundamental values of community which make communities work together in a better way for everyone, all of the time, that nobody gets left behind or nobody is ignored. Those are the things which really drive me, that really get me out of bed every single day.
I'm pretty certain I made a lot of difference. I think if you're being a councillor, you've got to listen to people, you've got to understand the problems they've got, and often as the leader in that area, you're the only one who can go along and solve that problem. And I've got many examples where that's happened, and that's a great satisfaction, not only to the people concerned, but also myself.
I think as a councillor there are two ways of making a difference. One is the day-to-day work that you do with your constituents, and the other is the more strategic work that you do within the council. On a day-to-day basis, the work within the community tends to be around individuals who need help for things like housing and benefits and those sorts of things. And then there are perhaps bigger projects within a community, like the creating of a skate park or a planning issue or a road change. And those are things that you perhaps work in more of a group. And then as far as the work concerned within the council, you are making more strategic decisions on policy changes that will have a wider effect across the county. And all these go to make a huge difference to people's lives, because local government is exactly that. It's right on people's doorsteps, and that's how you can make a difference.
They've got to get involved in their local town or parish councils. They've got to be involved with voluntary groups, put themselves about a bit. It's no use just coming along and thinking you're going to be a councillor. People have got to know you and know what you stand for and what you do.
Well, I would definitely encourage people to have a go, because it is an extraordinarily rewarding role to play. And I think what you need to really consider is, are you someone who really does care about your community and the environment that you live in? And if you are that person and you really want to have an effect on it, then being a councillor is a good way of doing it.
I think very carefully about it. I think what you want to achieve and what your ambitions are, and if it's something you really feel passionately about the community, then yes, go ahead and do it.
It doesn't matter where you come from or who you are. It doesn't matter about your social standing, it doesn't matter about your ethnicity or even your sexuality. It doesn't matter about your education background. If you've got something to say, if you want to make a difference, then I say to you, stand.
The thing that you need is common sense. Having said that, you need determination, drive, and a willingness to make change, which needs to be positive, happen.
Becoming a councillor is a commitment. It's not like another job. You have unsocial hours. You're dealing with members of the public, but you're dealing also at a strategic level on behalf of the county. On a more personal level, you need to be a good listener, and you need to be able to say no at times as well. It can be a very difficult position to be in.
Yes, I think one thing, you need to be a very listening sort of person. You need to actually be able to know what's happening in the community. So do your research is fundamental. It's not something you can just say, oh, I want to be a councillor, turn up the ballot box and hope you're going to win. You've got to have clear outcomes of what you want to do in your community. It has to be community focused.
I would say that you've got to look into the role carefully and understand exactly what it entails. You're a leader in the community, and therefore on occasions you can actually go along and help people, but actually on some occasions you've got to have the, dare I say, the backbone to actually say, I'm unable to do anything. Fortunately, I reckon on most occasions you can do something and people come away happy with the result.
If you're thinking about becoming a councillor, one good thing to do is perhaps read the local paper, see what the local issues are that are affecting your area, and think for yourself, if you were a councillor, what would you do that would make your life better? And if those are the sort of things that you want to do, then perhaps contact a local political party and talk to them about the possibility of standing as a candidate.
I would say the first thing you've got to do is you remember that you are signing up for a 4-year term. You're there to represent those people throughout that time. And if I think in my own case, there are regular times when I'm out in the evenings and that sort of thing. But there are often also lots and lots of really good times when you can go out, whether it's going to a village fete and seeing people or going along and helping people. So be prepared for that you need to go into this with your eyes open.
Just make sure that you look at what you're going into and make sure that it's what you want to do. It is good work, and I would recommend that anybody who's interested goes forward with an application.